Strathmore Business School was created to develop the business acumen in the industry, and we targeted the medium upper section of corporate life. So our job is to ensure that we become global players. We bring the best of executive education, the best of academia at the business executive level. So we want to build leaders, we want to transform them, we want to tell them that they have the capacity to become players in the globe.
Failure in a painting contract is 5/9.
There are quite a number of options in terms of pursuing the MBA. Given my busy schedule, one of them was to do it online. The other was to do a class-based MBA. So having considered the options both locally and outside the country, I settled for SBS.
Modular program for me was the best thing that ever happened, because for a long time I'd wanted to do my MBA, but because I'm a family person and family is very centered to me, it was difficult for me to take part-time, because it meant that I'd be out of the house most of the time.
I've been looking for a school to do my MBA for quite a long time. 2 years ago, someone from Strathmore came to Rwanda to run a course for directors. And he came, introduced Strathmore, and then during the discussion he told me that they were going to introduce a modular MBA.
My relationship with the SBS started many years ago. I was here in the accountancy school, so I had an early interaction when I was in school. I came back for SMLP, and I was excited about the value, the content, and the case methodology that they are using.
How many unique combinations of three you can get?
I was looking for somewhere to do my MBA. I think I felt that it was about time. And I think for about half a year I was debating with where will I go. Most of the time my meetings are past hours, they're beyond 5. And when I came to inquire, I'm like, it's about time, let me just come and see what they have to offer. They actually mentioned that they're starting the modular class, and I thought that would be extremely ideal for me, because I'm able to just focus, come in for 2 weeks, I'm not being distracted by meetings or having to go and see clients.
The modular MBA, of course, we're the pioneer class, and unlike the part-time, it's a smaller class, so the levels of interaction are higher.
I think we're about 25, which makes it very easy to interact. The lecturers also make us really react on each and every subject and make us think thoroughly.
I'm able to get experiences from Malawi. We have some people from Rwanda. They bring in the experiences from their countries, and then you're able to compare and contrast. In fact, most of the time in class, you don't throw the question at the lecturer, you throw the question to the rest of the class, because you'll say, in your situation, in your country, in your region, what do you do?
The synchrony brings in a beautiful myriad of ideas from different industries that is able to be applied in other industries.
The content is not much different, but I think the fact that we go away for 3 months helps with balancing work as well as the pressures of the MBA.
The 3 months that you go away, you can practice the knowledge that you've picked from here. You can even do some further analysis and come back prepared. It gives you also a choice to balance between work, family, and school.
One of the reasons why I didn't do an online MBA is because I wanted to network with people in East Africa. And this has been a success, because since we've come, we've seen many people. We've seen also we've been in contact with many different managers from in Kenya. So you see experiences from another perspective, from people who have another background. So this really has been a great experience for me.
There's need for people out there to come and just be transformed in the way things are changing in the environment, and that all organizations are not static. We need areas where we get new ideas and are able to look at things in a different way.
The syndicate is even better, because you end up now having people at smaller group and having to discuss the content and the cases, which gives you a better perspective again of the people, the content, and the industry, as it were. And it brings out the different personalities that we are and how to work with different people.
There's actually a syndicate group that has had a trip to Rwanda for leisure, and just to go and see what business opportunities are there in Rwanda.
Having worked around the continent, the one thing that sets Kenya apart from the sub-Saharan African countries is that it's a place to be. It doesn't matter which field you're in, you'll actually find yourself challenged enough and brought to a level where you can test every single skill that you've learned?
Well, Kenya was a good example because you have experience in doing things for so long. Some companies have been there for tens of years, which is not the case for us. When you study at this stage, when you do an MBA, you want something that is relevant. I think and having it in East Africa brings some more relevance to what I'm adding to actually my working experience.
I'd encourage people to come in for the modular class because it's a great way of interacting, because in my class we have a family. These are not my classmates, these are actually my family, because this is something that you need to come in together as a group, and this is something you tackle together as a group. The modular will be a sort of a group initiative, and we encourage each other because we're going to have 100% success rate in our graduation because we are pulling each other up. So modular is definitely the best way to go about it.